Hey everybody, Kyrie091 hanging out with you. Boy oh boy are we going to have big fun today learning some of the basics of EverQuest Project 1999. This is the character selection screen. You can pick what character you want to play as. These are all the characters that I have on this particular account. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create New Character just to show you a few things. The first thing you'll notice is all the different races that you can choose from. Here on Project 1999, you cannot play as a Froglock or a Vashir, even though they are clickable options. So once you select the race that you want to play as, you then have to select a class. Obviously, different races have benefits that they're going to help you choose what class you want to play as. There are two classes that are not available on Project 1999, and that is the Beast Lord and the Berserker class. Those two are not available. So a race like an ogre has a pretty limited selection of classes. You can choose to be male or female, but an ogre, for example, can only be a Shadow Knight, a Shaman, or a Warrior. Now, I'm not going to go over what each and every class does, because I don't really need to. In this little text box here, after you click a class, usually the last couple of paragraphs will be information about, and the entire thing is information about the class, but the last couple of paragraphs usually tell you the key of what you need to know about them, and it's the same with the races. Usually the first part of it will tell you where the race came from in terms of EverQuest lore. For example, the Dark Elves will tell you, if you click on Dark Elf, it'll tell you who created them, and it's Inuruk, the Lord of Hate. That's just one of the gods within the game. But then if you continue to read on, you'll read a little bit more about them that actually pertains to how you're going to be playing the game. So after you select your race and class, so let's say that we chose to be a Dwarf Paladin. You can choose a different face if you want to. There's just a few different options you can choose from. It doesn't matter too much which one you choose, but we'll go with that one. And then you can allocate points. You can see here I have 20 points, and I can choose to put them into whatever stat I want. If you click on the stat, it tells you what the stat does. And usually the ones that are highlighted in green are the ones that are most important to your character. Because this is a paladin, strength is going to be pretty important. But wisdom's also going to be important too. So you might allocate your points something like that. You can click the little points left button to bring all your points back up to the top. If I was to make an erudite, let's say enchanter, intelligence would be much more important. So I would want to put as many points as I can, pretty much, into intelligence. And then charisma looks like it would be important for an enchanter too, so I'll just put the rest of the points into that. Then you click Next, and that's when you have a few options here. You have to name your character. Hey, buddy. And then you pick a deity that you want to worship. And then you pick where you want to start at. In the case of this guy, there's only one choice. It's Iridan. If I were to be playing as a human, humans can be a lot of different classes, as you can see here. Let's say I was a human magician. And I put all my points away into intelligence here just real quick so I can show you. Alright. See, I have two options here. I can choose to start in Kanos or Freeport. And there are different benefits to whichever city you choose there. Alright, so I'm here at the Gypsy Camp here in North Corona, one of my favorite places to be. There's a giant beetle walking by, but he doesn't care about me, and I don't care about him. Anyway, I decided that I would come up here to show you about inventory stuff. Not for any particular reason other than I like coming here, and this was an excuse to come up here. So, as you can see, these are my base stats right here. Oh, forgot to take that thing off. Put this away. These are my base stats that I have as a result of what I chose when I started the character. You may notice that my strength is 65, which means my weight capacity is 65. I have more than 65 weight on me right now. I have 72, so that's why it says I'm encumbered, and that's why my agility is lowered and that's why my agility is red, because it's a little bit lower since I'm encumbered. Anyway, your inventory, you can store bags in your inventory, or you can put anything else. So if I wanted to, I could take the food out of here and the water I have out of here, and just store that right here in my inventory. And there's no reason to not have it in a bag. You can put all your stuff in bags, or some of your stuff in bags, or however you want to do it. Certain bags, like this one here, for example, this is a Handmade Backpack, and as you can see, it has a capacity of 10, which you saw there. There's 10 slots in it, and a weight reduction of 10%. So 10% of all the weight that goes into this backpack, like this shield is probably pretty heavy. The shield weighs 6.5, so it reduces 10% of that for me, makes it a little bit lighter. Yep, you see when I pick it up, my weight actually goes up a little bit because I lose that weight reduction when I take it out of the bag. Anyway. Wow, look at this. Look at this Griffon just hanging out right here. I'm way higher level than him. Normally those things would attack you, but this one knows better. Anyway, so each of the bags have like a capacity assignment to them. Like this says capacity large, meaning that you can fit up to large items in there. So if you look at something like this little piece of paper, the words of detachment, this is tiny. So this can fit into any size package. It doesn't have to be a backpack with a large standard setting size thing to it. So if I were to come down here and buy do I have large bags here? Well, I guess they don't. Well, they got a small box here. Let's check it out. So you can see the capacity of the small box is 8. It has a weight reduction of 0. And the size capacity is medium. So if we were to look at this big old axe thing I have here, this axe is large. This axe would not be able to be stored inside that small box because it's a large item. But this bracelet thing is small, so this thing would be able to be stored in there. So, you may have noticed I have a bunch of really good gear in my bags, and that was just to show off the impact of stats on different gear that you can get. Let's go back to this bracelet, the Rune Mithril Bracer. It'll add 4 AC if I equip it, and it'll add 3 Strength and 5 Wisdom. It also has a weight of 2.3. Those are things that you got to consider when you're equipping something. The slot that it goes in is going to be the wrist slot, which will be right here on my character. So now that bracelet is equipped. And I bet you I will even probably look a little bit different. Now let's move this out of the way. Yeah, you can see my wrist there when I take it off and when I put it on. It makes me look a little different. It also shows you the classes and race combinations that can wear this. Any class can wear this. All classes can wear this. But races that can wear this are the ones listed here. In this case, it's human, barbarian, erudite, elf, which is wood elf, that's me, high elf, dark elf, half elf, dwarf, troll, ogre, halfling, and gnome. Those are all the different races that can wear it. So if you weren't one of those, you wouldn't be able to equip it. Let's look at this axe, for example. The races that can use this axe are any of them. All races can. But what classes can use it? Warrior, Paladin, Ranger, and Shadow Knight. Well, I'm a druid, so I shouldn't be able to equip this axe. So let's try to equip it and see what happens. You see it says right there, your class, deity, and or race and or level may not equip that item. It's just letting me know I can't wear that. What about this small rawhide sleeves? Can I wear this? Druid, elf, which is wood elf. So I should be able to wear this. And you can see that I can. So you can see all my base stats here without anything on. I'm going to go ahead and put on all my equipment here. And then we'll see how I'm looking after that. To equip things, you don't have to place it in the slot that it goes. For example, this Shroud of Nature here, Wisdom +6, pretty good item, AC 13. You can place it here on the chest slot where it goes, and you can see that when you do, it actually changes my appearance up a little bit, puts a little shirt on there. But you don't have to do that. If you want, you can just click it into the middle here. Oh, look at that beetle walking by. And it'll automatically go to the slot that it's meant for. Now, let's see if I can find it here. It's probably not the one I was looking for, but maybe that was the one I was looking for. So now I'm fully equipped here. I have all my gear on, including this small rawhide sleeves. You know, that's a good thing to cover your arms, right? It goes on the arm slot. But hey, I just picked up this platinum armband. This is also for the arm slot. And look at that. Wisdom +3, strength +3. Well, that's definitely more important to me than AC 4. I'm a druid, not a warrior. What do I care about AC? So, I think I'll just go ahead and equip this. You notice when you try to auto-equip it, it'll drop it into your inventory if something's already taking up that space. If your inventory, let's see if I can demonstrate this here. If your inventory is already full of other things, like this, and you try to equip it, it will drop it into the first available bag. So that's important to remember because let's say I go to click it here and now I don't see it. Where is it? It's in the bag here. So all I do is I simply swap it out with the rawhide sleeves, and now I have the better item equipped that I wanted equipped there. Well, I think that's pretty much all that I think that's all there is to say on this episode. But I'll end by strongly encouraging you to come up to North Karana at some point during your time playing. It's one of my favorite zones, and it's right by South Karana, which is also another great zone. So, if ever you get around to playing this game, definitely check out the Karanas. Thanks so much for watching. This is Kyrie091, wishing you a wonderful day, and I'll see you in Norath.